Well, I've kind of been having to make some decisions on whether or not I want to, just put one of these coils on there, or one of the plugs on there. So, decided to just take it out. I had to disconnect my fuel rail again, so I ended up just putting the new coil pack on there, and yeah, she's looking pretty good right now. Alright guys, so I'm getting ready to take off this and that lower one. I'm also going to be looking for something around the corner, but I'm basically just going to be replacing it with, ta-da, these nice little Mishimotos. So it's going to look pretty sick once it's done. So right now I'm taking off the stock oil feed because mine was crushed. I have this one from my old one, which kind of has like a little crushing in it somewhere. I can't remember where. I think this might actually be a new one, but my old one used to be crushed. So anyway, I'm just taking care of it right now while I have everything apart still. So that's what I'm doing right now though. Everything's out. And here's what's gonna go in. My old setup. This line was all messed up, so I didn't even want to risk it. Probably could have just switched the oil feed, but if you could just hear it, listen. That's in and out, and then it's just side to side, which is, it's pretty minimal. That's a lot of in and out. Listen to this one. No in and out. Little back and forth. No in and out though. This one in and out all the way. T25 most likely. I'm pretty sure it looks like a Garrett, so probably says it on here, but it doesn't. Small ass turbo anyway, so who cares? Almost done. Clearly that's not the T25. It's all done, installed. Right now I'm just focusing on getting these coolant lines up. I don't have, a cooled turbo anymore, so I had to block this off, which I already had this because I've already used this turbo. And I also needed this heater hose delete, which basically routes this part of it to back here. See this one right here? It's just a little swoop. It goes like this. And if you need the part number for that, I don't have it, but that's what it is. Other than that, I literally just finished getting that off, or getting that done. I was really confused on where those coolant hoses all went, but Yeshua is really good, and he helped me out, and he's helping me, and he's gonna help you too. So this is the gasket that goes to the oil pan from the oil return line from the turbo, and that's what she looks like. Up there it's a little dark. There we go. I was originally going to try to use Jason Drew's setup, which is the OEM, which was already on there, but this side unfortunately doesn't line up. Like the bolt holes are too far away from each other. Just see if I can mock it up real quick. So there's one bolt hole right there, it's lined up. If you look on the other side, it doesn't even come close. There's one bolt hole lined up. Like I said, it doesn't even come close, so I could get, like an adapter and stuff, but I don't have any time, I don't have any funds to be doing that, and this one's messed up anyway, so I'm just gonna go with my old setup, which was this setup right here. So this guy's gonna go here, and then if I can muscle this guy basically over here, And this is pretty hard because this is pretty, but that's basically gonna go there, that's gonna go up there, and yeah, it's basically what it's gonna look like. It's gonna have to curve a little bit like that, but that's the only real thing that I can think of for right now. I don't have any other setup besides this 10 AN. I've heard that this setup isn't efficient enough, but that's just what I'm gonna have to run for now. This is basically stock block, stock head, 50 trim precision right precision. Anyway, I'm gonna be eventually rebuilding this thing and trying to make it a 35R eventually, till it blows up though. I sprayed the oil pan and then oil feed is connected, the oil drain connected. The only thing I don't like about this 10 AN is that there's not enough like straight throughness. It's not like the desired 2G oil drain, which honestly it's actually a really nice model. If you just think about how big the diameter is of this circle, it's about the same diameter as a 10 AN. Alright, got everything pretty much good to go. All I really need to do is install my air filter, install the radiator, fill her up with fluids, put a battery in, install the power steering pump, and make sure that there's nothing in the way of the time belt, and just pretty much start her up, see what the heck's going on with her. She might not turn on, which is kind of the reason why I didn't want to do this, because, you know, it might need some other type of maintenance, some sensors or something. And I really don't feel like hunting that stuff down right now. The injectors might be clogged, might be a bunch of stuff that might be wrong with it, but just praying to Yeshua that this is gonna turn on. Pray this thing turns on, man. It's a lot of work, and I need to move this thing. I need this thing to just be out of the way so I can paint my CELICA. And I might even do it under here, just because, yeah, I don't want it to rain on the paint and everything. So anyway, that's pretty much the progress right now. I'm gonna end up cleaning up some of these leaves and stuff, just so that it can kind of look a little bit better. I might clean up this crap. Look how dirty my stuff is. It looks terrible. It looks like before this happened, this was white. I had actually just finished touching this up, man, and now it just looks like it's rusting up. And I never saw that rust before. Actually, that's one of the reasons why I bought this car, was because it didn't have any rust. But that definitely looks like it's bubbling through. So I don't know. I'm gonna try to figure it out, but that's where I'm at. But yeah, one other thing, if you don't want to get all these marks all over your stuff, you can just put one of these blankets over it. These are actually from Harbor Freight. I just I don't know, I was too lazy to go get it, and that's what happened. So I'm gonna have to detail that out, buff that out, get it off somehow. And yeah, you can look here, there's no shine to some of these parts. It's pretty sad, but I'm gonna buff her up. Hopefully, like you guys saw the Subi, she's real dirty. She's never looked like this, ever. But priorities, man. She's almost ready. I keep saying this, but I just keep buttoning up more stuff. Keep buttoning up more stuff. All I need now is a battery, a tray, these mosquitoes to die, and I need to find my 11mm so I can tighten up these clamps. But I'm pretty much done, as you can see. I still got to put my radiator in, got to get some oil, some coolant. This timing belt's kind of wearing me, but I'm not planning on running this thing too long. And I really don't have that much time, so I've been doing all this on a time crunch, man. Not even fair how much of a time crunch I got on this thing right now. I think I've been working on this thing for maybe 3 days total. I mean, sure, granted, it's been every single one of those days for at least 8 hours at a time. Today I finalized the return line, the feed, which also goes into the oil filter housing all the way down there. You know, all I really got to do is connect this, which is, actually you guys can't see it, but anyway, it's my battery, it's my ground wire, it's a 2 gauge. But I'm really hoping that those injectors aren't clogged. Bring it to Yeshua HaMashiach. And so that's pretty much it, man. Gotta switch out this dipstick because this thing just kind of like, I don't think keeping it in there is the radiator's installed, wires are all plugged in. O2 sensors plugged in. Interflow piping is not tightened all the way up yet, almost. I finally found my clamp for my turbo. That's actually just a worm clamp. I have to obviously go back and put that one on there, but I'm just trying to find a good area to put those clamps back on perfectly, because I don't want them to be angled, because the way that they're angled is they were interfering with the installation of the radiator, and I guess I never wanted to vary how I put it on there. So yeah, I'm just dealing with that right now, but she's looking really good. I can't imagine what she's gonna sound like. I'm so happy. A lot of hard work in this, man. A lot of hard work. All right now I just switched over these lines because I didn't have one to go to pull out the crankcase pressure, and switched around the blow off valve one. Getting ready to install this thing now, or getting ready to put the battery in and fluids. All I got to do now is all right, so just making sure everything's buttoned up. I just started adding some coolant. I put in 1 gallon of 50/50, and I'm just trying to make sure there's nothing that could possibly be dripping down. I just put a fresh piece of cardboard. It's not fresh, but it's pretty dry. That's what I meant to say. The dry piece of cardboard, so that when it does leak, if it does leak, I can see where it's coming